Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to talk about the newest extension of my mastermind meetup group, and I wanted to veer away from mastermind per the suggestion of my really good friend who is just we keep each other accountable, and she has such great insight. She has her own store and she has a degree and she's very knowledgeable. And so from the outside looking in, she was sharing with me some of her thoughts on what really mastermind meant and represented. And so I really got inspired to kind of break it down a little bit and create a accountability series to be more welcoming, but to also be a little bit more focused. And so even though it's still in the mastermind structure, and I talk about what a mastermind is in another video, I will put this in a playlist together somewhere so you guys can see that too. But by focusing on accountability, I really feel like it will be the type of format that'll just be a little bit more clear and precise of what we want to accomplish. And I also wanted to explain some of the benefits of accountability group, in case you're not so sure why you would even consider getting in a group with a bunch of strangers to talk about what you want to do. A lot of times we think we know what we want to do and we think we're going to do it, but then 1 week turns to 2 weeks turn to 3, and things happen. And I get it, and I'm guilty of it. So I can use myself for an example. I had been saying for almost a year I was going to start this website. Well, I know that had it not been for my sister and this good friend who has her own business as well, if they weren't like, girl, where is this website? Like, we need to see some evidence, some receipts. Then I still think I would have just been like picking my colors, figuring out what I want to say, and just kind of like, it's got to be perfect. When in all reality, it doesn't need to be perfect. It won't be perfect because you're always evolving. You can always pick colors later. You can always figure out the wording later. But just doing something and putting it out, out of your mind and into, the real world is just, it feels really good and it boosts your confidence. But I have my list here. I'm not going to ramble on. I have divided up some of the key points of an accountability group and then the benefits to you. So first off, checking in with people, connecting, just a simple how are you goes a long way. And if you think about who your core circle is and the people that you talk to day to day, maybe it might be a best friend, your significant other, your kids, your mom, it may be coworkers, but when it's focused on how are you really and how are your goals coming along, that is so on a major level, and it really keeps you like grounded in what you say you want and what you say you're going to do. The second thing is being able to troubleshoot with a collective of people that have different perspectives, different experiences, different ideas and things that you might not even considered because they're not you and you're not them. So being able to share that is really, really powerful. Relating to others and realizing that you're not alone, okay? And so you might say something like, yeah, I've had this setback, or I did this, I did that, I felt this way. And someone might can say, oh my gosh, me too. And I don't know about you, but I love to know I am not the only one in the world having these thoughts, feeling these feelings, kind of wrestling or going back and forth with different things. It just makes you feel like, I know I'm not crazy, okay? So it gives you just that like sigh of relief, new knowledge. I touched on that a little bit because again, you're not going to know everything, but there could be someone that like, hey, had you considered this? Had you thought about that? Because I have seen, felt, learned this, that, and the other. So just being able to share that, and again, the different perspectives is really powerful as well. Okay, exchanging the tips, tricks, and ideas, suggestions, celebrating each other's progresses. That's a huge one. Because let's say you have a goal that, everyone in your close family circle, friends and family, you haven't shared or they wouldn't get. Like, so when you go to your accountability group and you say, I lost 5 pounds. And I worked really hard at that. They can be like, hey, if you like it, we love it. Whereas you might not want to share that with your partner, or, your mom's not focused on her weight loss journey. So she might be like, okay, baby, but I think you're beautiful. And you're like, but I need to be healthier. Like everyone, even though they come from a good place and their heart is in the right place, being able to celebrate that progress with people that are holding you accountable, and you're checking off what you say you want to do, feels really good as well. Constructive criticism, and not so much that we want to break each other down, but being able to receive what you can't see. Okay? Being able to receive, hey, had you thought about that? Had you looked at it like that, is really powerful. Support in a wide range of areas. Okay, so you may think you are only focused on in one area, but you might have someone in your group that has experience in entrepreneurship or education or health and wellness, and they can also suggest other things that will overlap and umbrella what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go. Okay? So it's going to be a good mix of everybody, that are at different levels, being able to pour into you as well. Because we're all at a different place. You see what I'm saying? We might have a wide age range. We might have different cultures and backgrounds. We might have someone saying, I'm just trying to love myself deeper because I came out of a bad breakup. And someone else might be like, well, honey, I've been divorced for 3 years. I am here to have support and say my health and wellness, but let me tell you, it gets easier. Let me tell you, a breakup is not the end of the world. Let me tell you. You see what I'm saying? So you might find that connection with other members of the group, and it doesn't even have it. You didn't even come there for that necessarily. Like, you're like, wow, she's here for this, I'm here for that, but yet we're meeting in the middle, and we're still able to support and pour into each other. And that may come from a group that's a little bit more like open forum, versus there are accountability groups for weight loss, there are accountability groups for entrepreneurships, there's accountability and support groups for new moms. Okay, so just keeping that in mind and what areas in your life you want to focus on. And last but not least, these are the benefits to you personally. So you're going to have increased discipline, motivation, performance, focus, and a sense of community. I can't stress that enough. And even if it's on a professional level, you'll be able to network and really just, who's in the room. Like, hey, I can put you in touch with an accountant, a lawyer, here's a great resource about this business, that business, or if it's in academics, or let's say it's a healthcare provider or some type of specialty service. You never know who knows someone that they can refer to you, or and suggest to you, or you make a lifelong friend and you connect with someone, because you guys are kindred spirits, and you want to, as you're supporting each other in this accountability group. And confidence. The last thing is confidence. It's nothing like completing something. It's nothing like checking that box off. It's nothing like saying, this week, I did it. I put my mind to it. I knew I didn't want to be the one like, well, this week, this happened, this week, that happened, and I just didn't do it. Though we're going to have setbacks, and though we're going to have things that, like, okay, sometimes you can't help what happens, you go at it stronger, more focused than ever, and being able to say, like, I have come so far with the support of this group than I've ever come on my own, in my own head, saying, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I got it. Because by putting ourselves under the pressure of accountability group, under the pressure of like, yeah, I want to show up for myself, and I want to help other people too. That creates a sense of like, look at me, because just a week ago, just 2 weeks or 4 weeks ago, I wouldn't have been able to say that I've come this far and done these things or learned these things. And even if your goal's a little wider, a little deeper, that doesn't mean that you're not still making strides in other areas and getting support emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Okay, So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that is inspiring for someone. And even if you don't join my group, look out there and see what's going on. Because Meetup is still alive and well, honey. I'm a huge fan of Meetup. I've said this before. I've used it for years now, off and on. And we've got to get away from more comments and forums and Facebook groups and getting into live, real-time conversations, and better yet, meet in person, because connection is so necessary for our well-being. Meeting new people and getting out of our comfort zone is it makes the world go round. So thank you for watching, and until the next one, peace. Bye.